Some people follow paths already made, but a few rare ones create them. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to AAFT 24/7. I'm Aditi Joshi, and today I have the honor of sitting with someone whose life journey has been nothing less than a heroic one. I'm sitting with someone who left his home at the age of 17 with just 220 pounds in his pocket. He came to a foreign land, UK, but with fire in his eyes that no hardships could put out. Welcome to AFT 27. I'm honored to be here sitting here with you and discussing about your life journey, your hardships, and the overall story of your life.
Namaste, Aditi.
Namaste.
And namaste to all of your viewers who's watching AAFT. Thank you very much for the kind invitation and share my story.
Yes. Your life story truly tells us that, hardships is not about where you come from. Life struggles are not about that. It's about how far you're willing to go. Yeah. So I'd like to know, you're only 17 when you came to UK, So what ignited that fire within you? Like to leave home, to leave everything and, go to a foreign land and what ignited that?
So the basic of that is just the necessity of time, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go to other countries to support their family.
Yeah.
I was a young child, 17 years. At that time, I used to think 17 is quite old and you're old enough to make decisions.
Oh.
But now I think 17 it was just a child.
Yes.
So I just wanted to support my family financially, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So my father took a loan from me. I come from a very humble background.
Mm-hmm.
So my father took a loan for me to study computer science in London. Then I moved to the UK when I was 17 and had a bit of struggle initially from life. And thankfully, there were 7 stars lined up for me in the sky somewhere. And God has been very kind.
You were very humble to say that it was a little difficult, but we know that it was not a little difficult. There were a lot of hardships you came through, a lot of struggles. You were even homeless at one point, I got to know, and all of that thing. So, how did you overcome all that, all the struggles, all the hardships, and where you are now? How did you overcome that?
Sure. I'll add to that just to sort of put the story in context. So when I was 17, I went to the UK with 220 pounds in my pocket because that's all my family could afford to give me at the time. That didn't last very long in London. So when I paid the rent for the first 2 weeks, after those 2 weeks, they said, you either have to pay the rent or you have to leave the accommodation. So I ended up spending 2 nights in the park, had to sleep rough on a bench in Hyde Park, London. Though times like that, they challenge you. They challenge your mindset, they challenge you physically, and they challenge you in a way that we don't imagine.
Exactly.
And at the time, the only aim was to be something that my family can be proud of. And in India, something that we have special to us Indians is the core values that we get from the belief that we have in God.
Exactly.
And my core values strongly come from Bhagavad Gita.
Oh.
So if you believe in something, just hold on to that belief. Make sure you have a core value that you can stick to. My core value is being honest to myself and being very self-aware. And that drives me. If I know where I am and what situation I am, then all I have to do is just reflect back on things that I have achieved in life and others have achieved in life, take some inspiration from it, and that drives me. And 21 years later, now I'm 38, I still rely on those core values.
Wow.
I still read Bhagavad Gita and I still take inspiration from Bhagavad Gita.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. And I see how you're still so connected with your roots. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Like your journey from being homeless to being at the halls of honor. That's incredible. That's just incredible. So I'd like to know, from being homeless, then joining the British Army. You're the first Indian born at the British Army. That's super inspiring and we are super proud of you for that. So how did that go? You came with a mindset that you want to join the British Army, or did just destiny happened?
It was destiny, essentially.
It was destiny.
So what happened was when I was wandering on the streets at 17, didn't have any money to do things. But what I did have was a lot of time to think and a lot of time to reflect. And I came across a gentleman who was in the security department in the UK. And I asked him, how do you find a job? Because I was desperate to find a job. So I asked anybody on the street who could help me to find a job. He was wearing the security uniform and I mistook it as a police uniform. Okay. So I asked him, how do you get a job in the police service? He said to me, I'm not a policeman, but I can tell you the British Army recruits people from Commonwealth countries. It used to happen at that time in 2006. So I then walked into a British Army Career Office. I said I want to join the army. They asked me a few questions: who are you, where you come from, and all of that. And thankfully, after a bit of hard work and going through multiple selection boards over the next year, I then joined the British Army. In the meantime, I found, with the help of a family friend, I found a job in a factory. So I continued to work and support myself while I was doing that. Joined the army in 2007 as a soldier, and then after four and a half years, I decided I want to be a doctor instead.
Yeah.
But that was a childhood dream in Punjab when I was studying in a school village, in a sarkari school that you call, a government school. So after spending 4.5 years in the army, I decided, you know what, life has settled now slightly. It's a bit more on track. Let me go back to my dream.
Okay.
Let me become a doctor. So I applied to St. George's University, London, to do my MBBS.
Okay.
And it's a very competitive process again.
Of course, yes.
So thankfully, again, the God has been very kind. I got a place in university, and then I came back to the army as a sponsor, because I was sponsored. My degree was sponsored by the army.
Oh, okay.
So I came back to the army as a medical officer. And currently, I am very proud to be the only Indian-born surgeon in the British Army.
Yes, and we are extremely proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So while you say it was destiny, we don't believe that. It was truly your hard work, along with destiny, you can say, that made you you. Yeah.
So,
and
I think you're absolutely right. It's destiny alone does not work.
Yes.
And hard work does not work itself either.
Exactly.
You have to align yourself in a certain direction, and hard work has to be precise to that direction. You have to set your goals, and then once you have set goals and objectives, work backwards from it where you need to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. So while you were in the army, you decided to study medicine and pursue your childhood dream.
Sure.
So while being in the army and studying medicine, how did you, balance the difficultness of both the hard worlds? I mean,
it was quite challenging, especially after leaving the army for that period, going back to university. Because in the army, I was getting paid every month. I had a roof over my head. I had food on my table all the time. And leaving the army was a massive decision, because I had to leave all of that, go back to university again, and start. Although my university fees was paid by the army, they got a scholarship, but I had to support myself financially to live on in different accommodation. I didn't want to go back to Hyde Park again. So I had to do 2 jobs, full-time MBBS study as well as teaching at the university myself to other my juniors about anatomy to get some extra cash.
Okay. So, being the only Indian born in the British Army, and did you face any kind of stereotypes there, and any hardships, any stereotypes you faced by the people there, and how did you overcome that?
Sure. I'll answer that in 2 parts.
Yeah.
I want to clarify to your viewers first. I'm not the only Indian-born person. I'm the only Indian-born surgeon.
Surgeon.
In the army, yes. There are a few other Indian-born people in the army.
You're a surgeon.
There are quite a few. To second part of your question, that's how do we? Sorry, remind me the question again.
Did you face any kind of stereotypes there, being the only Indian-born
Absolutely.
surgeon?
Absolutely. So the second part of that is that you mentioned earlier. Discrimination and stereotype is everywhere.
Exactly.
Every part of society, and that's not exclusive to India or the UK. It's every country where you go to. We fight on, or we discriminate people against their color, their race, the way they speak, the way they look, the way they eat. All of these things are stereotyping and discriminatory. What the army does teach you is good self-leadership skills. So currently, when I find someone who's discriminatory, not just to me, to others as well, I challenge that appropriately. I ask them a question. What do you exactly mean by that? And if you just ask that simple question respectfully, can you explain to me? What do you mean by that? People often take a step back.
Yeah.
People become slightly defensive, and then they tend not to do the same thing again, in my experience. So challenging behavior, wrong behaviors is the key. If you find somebody who's being discriminated against, help them, support them. If you ignore it, the person who's doing it is going to do it to many other people. There's a saying that the standard you walk past is the standard you set.
Yes.
And you want to set the right standards for yourself and the society.
So yeah. And any word of advice or any messages to all the immigrants out there who feel like they don't belong, and you are an inspiration to them. You are doing such an amazing job, like just with 220 pounds in your pocket and to being you now. Any words of advice for all the immigrants out there who are struggling with their life right now?
I think don't focus on what you're going through currently too much.
Yes.
Things will change. Things do change, and if you just continue doing the hard work and align your goals, set yourself smart goals. Smart goals, if you means you set your goals in a way that you can achieve them, and you find the goals that are attainable
Yes.
at time. So you set yourself those goals and then work backwards from it. You'll be able to achieve anything you can. There's nothing in the world that you cannot achieve at any age. I did my MBBS degree, finished my MBBS degree at the age of 30. I started at 24.
Yes.
Most students will finish their MBBS degree
We
at
are done with
23.
that, yeah.
So there's nothing that's not achievable. Believe in yourself, and believing is the key. If you believe in yourself, then the world will believe in you. One thing that I want to add to it is set your goals high. Set your goals so high that people who listen to those goals will think, are you mad? If I think that I'm going to be a brigadier or a major general in 20 years' time, and I can align my goals according to that, I can achieve it. But if I tell that to a colleague of mine, they might think, Munish, 20 years to become a major general is not a suitable time. You might not achieve it. That's the impression you want to give the world, that I'm so confident that I will make it.
Yes.
And so be
Exactly.
confident and set your goals high.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful advice. I'm sure we're all the viewers are honored to hear your beautiful words. And thank you so much for watching AAFT 24/7. Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.